Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When I look online, there's always this really, it's stupid, to be frank. It's a stupid thing, but there's a lot of conversation and there's a lot of talk that has this really negative view of motherhood, right? And a lot of this, thanks to feminism and the like, is sort of talked about in the non-Muslim sphere, but we do see it in the Muslim sphere now, unfortunately. A lot of young women think that it limits them. They think that it's something that they should do later in life because they want to have careers or because they want to live and all this stuff. You know, I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. I'm sure you guys see it as well. The thing is, obviously there are some people who can't have children. So I want to remain sensitive to that. But what women really need to understand is true growth in a woman comes with the experiences and the knowledge that parenthood brings. You know, if you're wise at least, you know, if you really take the lessons that you learn and really reflect on them deeply and allow them to change you, I guess, for the better, allow the lessons to be learned. Alhamdulillah, I have 3 teenagers now, okay? I'm not as advanced in parenthood like some, but I feel like I've got a reasonable amount of experience now to know that, you know, as a person, as a Muslim, parenthood teaches you so much. So when I hear women saying that they don't want to be mothers or that they want to leave it to the last sort of thing, like, honestly, and I say this with sincerity, I'm not trying to be patronising, but I feel so bad for them. I would not be the person that I am now if it wasn't for my kids. And I say this as someone who had to work for a period of time of my kids' childhood, not by choice. And I loved my job. I really truly loved my job. I got a lot out of it. However, even that taught me how important it was to be a present mother. Being a Muslim mum is more than just saying you have to pray, you have to read Quran, you have to study these and memorize these hadith. It's more than that. You have to teach them a mindset. You have to strengthen their character. I suppose I relate with it because I'm a revert, so later in life I really had to start focusing on my character and focusing on my habits, my reflexes and my state of mind. You know, I had to counsel myself and coach myself through a mentality, let's say. So I guess I understood that had to be done with my kids. But if you have more than one, and I have 4, alhamdulillah, you know, it's not easy. It is not easy. Just having one would be a big enough task. More than one who have their own strengths and their own needs and room for improvement. You have to approach each one with wisdom and with empathy, consideration. You have to approach it in a way that helps them individually. That is not a task for the faint-hearted. And in order for you to do that justly, you have to have selflessness, for one, which I think naturally comes with motherhood, but sometimes even that needs to be nurtured because we live in a really weird time, let's say, where we are conditioned to think about ourselves. But at the same time, we have to strengthen our kids, right? That also takes self-discipline. It takes you stepping back in the hard moments where you're inclined to sort of help and support, but you have to take a step back to make your kids independent and to make them strong. You know, you really need to have perspective in life to appreciate all of this, to appreciate motherhood and parenthood and what that means in raising good kids, Muslim kids who value the Quran and the Sunnah, who have awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who have awareness of to a degree the distractions in the world and the importance of sort of keeping yourself purified and keeping the things that you are interested in or the people you're around, your environment, keeping it good, resisting temptation and all that stuff. Like, what really matters outside of this? How can a Netflix series or a hobby or a career compare to this? You know, if I'm going to have kids, they're going to be a part of the next generation. I want to make sure that they're the best people that they can be, that they're the best Muslims that they can be. I want to make sure that the contribution they have to their society is one of purpose, is one of value, is one of honour and dignity. I want my kids to be the people that people go to for help and need and support. You know, all of that's not easy, and it's understandable that parenthood can be intimidating. It's understandable that some people need to work and don't really have the choice. I totally get that. And I know many people in that situation who do value parenthood and do their utmost best to make sure that they don't compromise. And as Muslim women, when we hear people talk about that they're not going to have kids because they want to retain their freedom, or they show you on social media, for example, their life without children and how they're traveling and how they're doing this and how they're doing that, we know enough now to know what goes on in social media is not really a true representation of what goes on behind the camera. It's not a true representation of their happiness. You know, I think we know enough now, inshallah. As Muslim women, we should be honoured to be mothers. We should be grateful to have the opportunity to raise the next generation, and doing motherhood justice is definitely not an easy job, but it's the most valuable thing in the world, and it's definitely nothing to just easily give up if you have the choice. And it's definitely not something that we should be ashamed about, embarrassed about, or feel like we are less than because that is the focus of our life outside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and this beautiful deen. And may Allah give us the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom to be able to do that justice so that our kids are leaders of their communities. Anyway, I just want to put that out there. Salam.